Oh my god, do you want to? Because I'll win. I'll win.
I don't think so. I don't think you're gonna win this one.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You
No,
want
you
it
go
to?
ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Okay, how would I word that?
I don't know. I don't know how you're gonna word it.
Okay.
Okay.
How many people are here? Like 2?
0. Nobody yet. We have comments though, but nobody yet.
What is that about? Leo Starfire.
All right, we got views. So go ahead. Ask your damn question. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't think it's stupid.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Let's poll the people.
Let's poll the people.
How many? Okay, when you think of soulmates, are there multiples in one lifetime, or just like maybe a handful, or is it a soulmate and everything? I want to know.
I don't think there's a soulmate in everything.
I feel like you do.
I don't. Me and Karen at work aren't soulmates.
Her name's Karen.
Is it? Or is it Janine?
I don't fucking know.
Or is it Amanda?
You know what?
Amanda.
You can have as many people in your life that you want as a soulmate as you want. It's your choice. It's your option.
A handful in each lifetime, and not necessarily dealing in love and sex. I full-heartedly.
You didn't fucking win. That is not.
Wholeheartedly agree with that.
That's me winning.
That's me winning.
That no, because everybody's a soulmate, and I'm looking like, no, not everybody can be a soulmate.
Not like okay, okay. Like me and Thundy, we're soulmates.
Bitch, that's a goddamn cat.
Bitch, no. I was meant to be his owner. I knew that when I met him, and I was like, and he wasn't my owner. I mean, he wasn't my cat, and I was like, I know I'm gonna own you, but why do I feel like I'm gonna own you?
I think it means something different to everybody because Leo Starfire, cats have souls. April, I know.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, one.
All right, nobody won. How about that? Nobody won. Nobody won. You have your opinion, I have mine.
You are the reason I smoke.
Because you need a reason for that. I'm the reason. Okay.
You're the reason.
Anyway, I'm not the reason for shit, bitch. Corner Road, he won.
Rowan won there. That I'll agree with. Don't look at me like that.
First of all, you make my throat hurt.
First of all, you're definitely Agita.
We're getting off topic.
There's a poll. Agita.
The sun came up. That's his reason. Fucking right.
Damn fucking right. Damn straight.
I need something to lift you up. I feel like you're too low.
I don't think we're low at all.
All right. I don't like this angle. How about that?
I literally see above. We're literally at the same fucking angle. We have the same amount of distance above our heads.
Anyway.
See how that's the same? Like I'm fucking like I can touch it.
My hair can touch it.
Yeah, so come on if I go up like this.
Bring her to the dark side. Oh, nice.
What? Braid her to wait, what?
Leo's wife.
Oh, okay. Yeah, braid her to the dark side. Come on.
We have cookies and lactose-free milk.
And
and
marijuana.
Other ingredients. Alcohol, cookies, marijuana.
The Juanas. Dark side, she just forgot her cookies. Okay, yeah, no. Tell her to bring the Samoas and we good.
The Thin Mints.
Only if they're in the freezer.
Or not. They can be warm. room temperature.
Cats. Right? Rowan?
He's just trying to change subject.
So,
I'm on to his ways.
all right. Well, speaking of changing subjects, let's tell the people why we're here. Yeah?
Why are we here?
We are here to... The gods don't want me to tell you why we're here.
Apparently not.
We are here to discuss conjurations and contracts with spirits and entities. This is going to be our 4th episode of Necromancy. So if you have followed this long, thank you guys so much. And this is also our final episode of Necromancy.
And they're all in a playlist on his channel.
Well, yeah, that too. We're here to make money and... Right.
I don't see no bitches up in here. I ain't no bitch. Are you no bitch?
I ain't a bitch. You a bitch?
I'm not a bitch.
You a bitch?
I'm not a bitch.
You... Okay.
Okay.
All right. Bitch. Yeah, smoke your vape.
I can't wait till we can do that in real time. And just you see a hand shoot across. Just whack.
Yep. Right. Just
throwing elbows and toes.
Right. I'm throwing my body at you.
We'll catch body and deflect. Deflect.
You're not a shield. You're not titanium. Sia can say all she wants. You ain't shit.
First of all, you don't know anything about moi.
Wow. Ooh.
Okay. Why don't you get those lips moving in a different direction?
Okay, so first topic then. What would you like to talk about? These are the topics. These are the things we're going to get into. We're going to get into modern versus old ways of necromancy lightly. I have my own little topic that we can get into. We have circle and triangle casting. We have hoodoo, witchcraft, and devious works, sending spirits, sending entities, conjuring, and sending them forth to others, or giving them whatever. And then you have deals, agreements, and contracts.
Let's start there.
Go ahead.
Okay. Now, this is clearly on the darker side of things.
Yeah, this is the final episode, and it's on the more darker side of necromancy.
Well, we're not sure if it's the final.
Isn't it?
Yeah, okay, apparently it is.
Every topic is crossed off.
Oh.
Unless we come up with more, you might get a surprise 5th episode. Might. Like, when TV shows end and they come out with a movie? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. God.
But I promise we won't be as long as a movie. We already are.
I was going to say, we're pretty much a short film. 3 days a week.
Where's the paycheck?
Right? Damn. Okay, so wait.
Say that again? What the fuck came out your mouth?
What was the last comment?
God damn, you can't speak tonight. Your English is not English, and babe, you're a mess, babe.
Okay, it has been a day. All right.
Fuck. Oh, I can't fucking stand your ass. All right. Oh, I fucked up on there.
Good thing you're sitting. Okay, so deals with the dark. Do we do them? Yes or no?
Deals with the dark. Do we what?
Do we do them? Yes or no?
Fuck yes, we deal with them. What? We do them. Yes.
Okay, so I was reading the comments.
Where the fuck did you go?
I was reading the comments.
Oh my lord. I can tell by the
I checked out. That might not even be Hello Moon from Alabama. I don't even know if that's for me or somebody else.
Babe, you wanted to hear what the name boot.
Yeah, I know, but I don't like to swim. So, okay, when you are talking, shut up. Focus.
Oh, we're
Focus.
focusing.
Oh, don't focus too hard then. Okay, so say you have something you have to work on, and you know that yes, you can do the work, but something needs to be done in the meantime, during, before, and after.
Does that look shimmery to you? I'm
No,
sorry.
it's sweaty.
My ego.
Um, I figured it's okay. Yes, I figured. Thank you. Just clarification. Um, Sometimes you have to give some to get some. Is that a good way of saying that?
Yes, that's a perfect way of explaining that. It's like a quid pro quo. You
Yeah.
know. What's going on, Amanda? Um, so yeah, when it comes to okay, so I mean, so there's different spirits, right? So as Leo said, sometimes deals don't have to be made, and I agree with that. I will say, personally speaking, when working with spirits, I don't work with on the daily. I mean, for me, I mean, no, this is where okay, now, oh, okay, explain exactly like what deals contracts are being made with spirits. You know, because you have the whole Faustius deal, you know, where you sell your soul and you get, you know, fame, success, money, love, sex, whatever. Um, for like 20 years, I think the deal is, and then your soul is claimed by whoever you sold it to.
Mm-hmm.
That you have, you know, the witches making deals with the devil and signing the book of the beast, contracts, stuff like that. So you want to kind of like go into a little bit more on that, like what specifically, like how, like, do you know what I'm trying to say?
So when you're at a place that you can make contact with something or someone, whether that be at a crossroads or at a resting place,
We're also both Santismo Muerte devotees, so that's awesome.
mm-hmm, you come into contact with not just spirit, but there are other things that kind of walk among them or with them.
Right.
And you sometimes may need that particular entity to wreak havoc on one that you're doing work with or on. That way they can carry out things that you can't in a spiritual matter. And yes, they involve demons or other worldly entities, whatever you want to call them. Some people don't like to use the name demon.
Yeah, I feel like demons. I feel like you know, depending on again who you're talking to, their perspective. I feel like there's two ways of looking at them. Either sometimes they mean demon, and really they're using that as a word for entity or spirit. But no, but then there's the actual classified
Demon.
demons.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that type of species, that type of entity that we do know, like how we know angels and gods. Like we know there's these classified entities, just like there's demons, you know. But then there's, you know, I feel there's infinite amount of kinds of spirits and otherworldly entities. So there's more we don't know than we do know. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
Of
That's
course,
like trying to count the fish in the sea. Like there are so much. We know some, but we don't know all.
exactly. So um that's just but so yeah, no, deals definitely are made with demons
Mm-hmm.
along with fucking the fae, with your ancestors, with gods, you know, with angels.
Mm-hmm.
Contracts, deals, agreements, all of that is made with all types of entities. How they go about, I think, is more specific to the spirit you're making a deal with. Like Amanda said, depends on if you're at a crossroads. There's with the crossroads, you have your own spirits and entities that are usually around the crossroads. Why it's different when you go there versus when you go to like a cemetery or you go to a church or you go to the middle of the woods, you know, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they have their own set of spirits. The crossroads is the same. So it's like it depends on who you're working with, how that contract goes.
Yeah.
Do you sell your soul in these contracts to these entities?
I don't. I've never been asked to.
Right. That's something that's never come up for me. There's plenty of stories and myths and all of these things that involve selling your soul for these certain agreements. Even reading certain grimoires, it is listed that you sell your soul for 20 years for selling your soul to ABC. Um, Personally, I mean, when it comes to stuff like this, have them bring to the table what they require as part of this deal, as part of this contract. You are more than welcome to say no. Just don't say yes and then say no, especially after you get what you want. But I mean, if they're bring up anything like like that you are uncomfortable with, you don't have to say yes. Personally speaking, no one's ever asked me to sell my soul. I don't really know.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't really know how to sell your soul, but I guess that is possible because in some senses, in some people's perspective, they would look at us as selling our souls to Hecate or Hearn or Santa Muerte. Certain people who don't agree with these traditions that we do, they would, the ones that like to say, which is sell their soul to the devil, they would say we sold our souls.
Yeah, but we could point out flaws in the stuff they do on a Sunday basis. So, but you, okay, you will be asked certain, like, okay, for example, what offerings to take to what place, to what entity, based on your interactions with said place and entity. You know what they're going to require of you, and sometimes it is not pretty and it's not clean. There are certain things that you have to allow for that. Yeah, it's a little mucky. Ay, 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 ay.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry.
all right. Scared me.
I always forget. I muted it when we were on earlier, but I didn't like silence it. I just had it on mute when we were talking. Um, so if you go somewhere and you're asking for somebody to handle a situation for you, and that situation itself is going to be a dirty deed, even though it might be for the best reasons on earth, right? You still might be required to bring it something to eat, to feed it.
Mm-hmm. Whether it's a type of liquor, whether some, I will say, I have been, whether I agree to these or not is nobody's business. But certain spirits will ask as something as some water, all the way to a damn animal freshly killed. You know what I mean? I've never been asked to kill a human. I've never been, not that I would. I'm clarifying that right now, or sell my soul, or any devious kind of things like that. So to each their own. And again, don't agree with anything you don't
feel comfortable with.
Thank you.
Well, and it goes without saying, like, if you, okay, at least in my mind, okay, for me, if I'm about to ask it to do something that I know society would look down on for whatever reason, say it's something I can't handle due to mundane everyday life, but it's something that has to happen or it needs to happen because someone has gotten out of hand or whatever, and they need to be paused. So or you should know, at least for me, let me say that for me, I know it's not going to require a piece of cheesecake. If it's a heavy work, it requires a heavy payment.
Yeah, magic always has a price.
Right. That being said, that doesn't mean you got to give it your firstborn.
And don't forget, Hollywood will make things extreme for TV.
Right.
Nobody's out here stealing babies from hospitals for, like that's not happening.
Right. No, I have never have been asked anything. I have been asked for raw meat. I've been asked for a carcass. I've been asked for a bird. There are certain things that they do ask or require, but also a sweet treat is also just fine. Especially when you're dealing with like fairies, pixies, stuff like that. Something sweet is just as good to them as like blood. But there are things that require blood. Not necessarily yours, but
and again, to each their own.
Yeah.
If you're willing to do that, by all means you do that. You know? I like personally I wouldn't give my own blood. The only spirits I give my blood to are my spirits and those I'm devoted to. They're the only ones that get my blood. Other than that, I'll give you something else's blood, maybe. We'll talk a little talk. Not mine. No. But as Leo said, you can definitely have some type of deity or a spirit or some type of guide that could specifically work in their nature more clearly in spirits, you know what I mean, and keeping things in line, keeping things from harming you. Things just getting, too crazy and a little out of whack. I have deities, my deities, your deity. I know if something's going on a little too crazy and something's just getting to the point where I'm really not fucking with it, all I got to do is call their names, summon them, and they'll take care of immediately what the fuck is going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's building. But that goes back into building that relationship when we were talking about that a couple episodes ago. I think we were building relationships and trying to suss out like who's got your back when, who's good for spiritual warfare, who's good to just have in your corner, stuff like that. Because it's just like your friend group. It's wide and varied, but your circle is small, or at least in my opinion, mine is very small. So, I love what y'all are talking about, by the way. I just want to add that.
My father's phone over there is going off the charts.
Do they do?
All right. That I don't even know how to silence, to be honest with you. It's not an iPhone. It probably is the same, but I'm just too lazy. But no, I agree with what's going on in the comments. Lucifer, Lilith, those are definitely deities that are perfect for such things. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Especially, I mean, if you really want to talk about it, you can definitely get into the lore of Lucifer and Lilith being in charge of certain demons. You know what I mean? And there's all that mythology to go into. So if you are working with demons and something gets a little out of control and you feel like you should call on someone, those are two deities right there.
Yeah. And they're very, very good and prompt.
Magic.
Fucking right. Oh, God's magic is in here.
Mm-hmm. What's going on?
Hello.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. No scorn, no wrath like a witch scorned.
Witch. Yes, I like the use of the witch, not just the woman.
No, yeah, just the witch. What is
but anybody scorned would be, a little. I wouldn't want to. I'm not trying to scorn anybody unless it is.
Well, and that's the point. And I think that's what we're gonna get into, especially with modern versus old ways of necromancy and conjurations and stuff. Because personally, not that we're probably gonna get into this right this second, but in this video, just personally, back then there was a lot of scorning and a lot of aggression going on. We will discuss that and get to the point, because a lot of what we're trying to explain is when you work with these spirits, one of the first and foremost things you're going to need is respect. You need to understand that you have authority as much as they have authority, and the goal is not trying to have some type of conflict between you two. You want to make agreements. You know what I mean? You want to make, especially if you're going to be certain times you go to where spirits already are. You know what I mean? Where you can request this, offer this, hear what they want, and try to make it, have a negotiation and make a deal. Other times you have to sometimes conjure and summon a spirit. And if you're going to do that, my rule is always have an offering no matter what, whether they are going to agree or not agree. Oh, excuse me. Yeah.
Speaking of demons, his are getting a lot out of control.
Somebody, oh my God. Sorry, Fundy is acting up. So it's kind of like, when I'm trying to think. Okay. Maybe like, when you are, you're trying to make a business deal, right? And you take them out to lunch and you take them out to the bar or something, right? You're already giving and you're giving offerings right there to discuss the deal, So a deal hasn't even been made yet and you're already giving things, for respect, but maybe to gain a little favor. Can you please? What?
Of course, I sit down for the video and everybody and their mama wants to chat.
So, I mean, that's just that specifically. When you're trying to make deals and agreements, it's not a bad idea to, off the bat, have some type of offering to give. And then if they're going to agree, either go home and, do anything on your part, or if you already have everything ready with you, leave things, do your thing, whatever it is, and continue forward. Have your offerings after fact, because again, you got to give your payment, whatever it is that they agree with. Maybe you got to. I wouldn't necessarily do anything until you have what they wanted. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do your thing and then go get their offering. No. Just have it already. If you gotta, even if you have it in the car, go back. If they ask for a bottle of liquor or a certain pack of smokes or whatever the case is, some type of something, you go get it, come back, do your thing, give that offering, give that payment forward. What?
Well. So in certain things, I like if I know what I'm about to ask is going to come with a certain price. You know what I mean? If I'm about to ask them to take care of something heavy, then I'm already going to have an offering because I want to go ahead and make you happy right now and get you to do what I would like you to do and say my piece and give you my explanation. Get on a level of understanding here, have this now and do what you will with the information to take care of the problem. And then once that work is closed out, here is your final smorgasbord feast, exactly. That kind of deal. But that's only with like super heavy stuff. Thank you. I don't know what I did to deserve that, but thanks.
You're right. I agree so much.
Well, and like today, because I feel like we're always working. There was something that I did today, and I left a sweet treat. Like here's a token of my appreciation. I didn't feel called to bring anything heavy. I didn't, it wasn't that type of thing, but I wanted to offer, yes, I brought my entrance offering and my exit offering, but also like once the deal was done, this is what is the problem. This is how I need it managed. Boop, literally a sweet treat. Boop, right there by where I was working. And that felt fine for me. I didn't there was no other reaction needed from me. You know what I mean?
I did a little something myself today. And what I offered, so I was doing a little working, and part of the working included boiling something inside of a potion. And one thing that you could always think to also kind of not waste things, kind of recycle, kind of keep things flowing in an energetic sense. I offered the potion instead of pouring it down the drain or just pouring it right outside or anything. I offered the potion to the spirits as a drink. You know what I mean? And it was literally like a jug full, like a gallon full of potion of an offering, where I did my work. And because I was in the cemetery, so where I go, I give offerings before going in. I give offerings before going out.
And that's good because it kind of like it's like a little battery pack that goes with it. Yep. Especially since you did the working and used the stuff from the working as the offering. Yep. It's like a little energy battery pack that goes right along with what you're giving them, for whatever the work was. You know what I mean?
So, talking on conjurations, right? Do you want to go into modern versus old ways, or do you want to go into triangle and circle casting?
Let's just jump into modern versus old since we kind of touched on it, or you kind of touched on it.
I like that, Amanda. What you commented about your oldest son.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a little post that.
Yeah.
For everyone else to read. But continue what you were saying.
Nice. Modern versus old because we kind of you kind of started touching on it earlier, and so you want to get into. Well, okay. Earlier you brought up King Solomon.
Yeah.
Do you want to touch on that again real quick?
Mm-hmm.
And then that'll lead into.
Yeah, because that was my little topic for the night. Kind of, well, like for this topic was when you read old grimoires, especially King Solomon, you will see a lot of force, a lot of commanding, a lot of like I summon you, I force you to do this. If you don't do this, I'm going to do the worst things imaginable to you, basically. And I kind of personally am not a fan of. I'm not a fan of that. And to me, so there's demons, right? And then there's a specific section of demons known as the Goetic demons. And the Goetic demons are the demons that was conjured up by King Solomon to, I believe, build the um, Temple of Jerusalem.
You might, yeah. I can't say 100%. I'm not as fluent in that.
Really
There you go. I'm sorry. Did I bring that up earlier?
That's what I was just thinking. So, point is,
hello, Lady Raven.
What's going on, girlie? Could be 72 of them, if memory serves me well. He was a master magician. His workings were insane. So he, at some point, he bottled them up. You know what I mean? He contained these spirits, and at some point, it's kind of like Pandora's box, where eventually they broke free and were released. But these specific demons are known to be much more aggressive towards the human race than any others. And I mean, as true as that may be or not, I really don't know. But just looking at legends and recordings and how things were handled back then and how aggressive things were, it's no wonder that they definitely don't like humans, because of how aggressive and forceful and commanding we were, and kind of prideful, where it's like, oh, we have the power to summon you, we have the power to control you. For me personally, in my modern way of working necromancy, I don't really view it like that. I view all spirits kind of as equal. We have our own powers, we have our own abilities, and we should have our own that type of respect. So back then, where you would have, Rowan said, some demons can't stand humans, some are indifferent, and some take pity. So, yeah, and that I'll be real say about all fucking types of entities. But for when it comes to demons, I really understand why they fucking hate us. I mean, when you look into why certain entities don't like humans, I feel like I kind of like I relate to them. I understand them. The natural spirits of the land and fairies and stuff like that usually hate us because of how we treat them. With just being so arrogant and blinded to their ways. You know what I mean? For me,
not to mention the destruction we cause constantly.
Exactly. We are assholes as a fucking species. So with that being said, like back then, you'll see King Solomon had this sword that he would point and and threaten demons and entities with. Now you would read that it is used for directing energy and all this. For me, I feel like you summon an entity, or okay, if you just summon my ass and you got a fucking sword pointing at me like you're about to do something to me, I don't like that. I don't appreciate that. What I do appreciate maybe is you. Good night, Alan.
Good night.
Having that sword, to represent your authority and your power, but maybe point it down. That's what I do. If I have my azame or my sword, and if I'm conjuring something that's in need of that kind of tool, I'll have it pointed down because I don't want to feel this is an aggressive moment here. I don't want to conjure you and you think I'm out here trying to threaten you or force you to do anything you ain't trying to do. No. I'm gonna have it pointed down. You see I have it. You see I have authority. I have power, not over you or any by any means, but I have it just as you have it. And we'll have that respect. And you know what I mean? I feel like that, again, respect is a huge thing. So I feel like when they see that, they kind of like they're eager to listen because it's like, well, if you're not here to hurt me, what's up? You know? Rather than you pointing a fucking sword at me. And I'm gonna be like, yo, what's good? You trying to do that? Break your sword, set you on fire. I don't know. Don't threaten me.
Well, I think you have to have, so if you're gonna, and I'm not an expert by any means, but if you are coming to the table to summon, conjure, whatever, one, you cannot do it out of fear, and two, you can't be arrogant and cocky about it.
Right.
Because one kicks your respect right out the window, and the other leaves you open for prey. So like there's like a quiet confidence that you have to do and kind of personify when you go into these situations. So you're commanding but not demanding. You know what I mean? What are you smirking about?
Yeah. My phone buzzed.
Oh.
Just laughing.
But like you can you can send them out to do your bidding in a respectful way. But they have to know they can't. What am I trying to say? Not retaliate, take advantage of you. And I feel like I was going somewhere and I got sidetracked because I was looking at the chat during talking at the same time.
Yeah, you gotta stop. Yeah, no, you gotta look at the chat after you talk. Trust me, I learned that lesson.
Well, it keeps like every time it moves, I look over at it.
I have a lot of comments to read, but it's okay. Just keep flowing.
I done lost my flow. I was just talking about you got to be confident because I kind of like fizzled out on the other topic of the thought that I had. But yeah, quiet confidence. You can't be arrogant and you can't be demanding, but you can't be like a meek little mouse either because they're gonna look at you.
Yeah, you have to have some type of sovereignty. You know what I mean? If that's the right word.
Right.
You have to have that, again, that authority where it's like, I'm not here to control you. I don't have authority over you, but I have my own authority. I have my own power. And that's why, okay, so going into like circle casting and triangle casting, right? The reason I feel, right, and you'll see this in ceremonial works a lot when it comes to necromancy. And a lot of people are indifferent about it. A lot of people, especially those who practice more low magic and folk magic, I don't see anyway use these types of practices. Personally speaking, I blend my practices between both high and low magic. I don't know. I feel like you do too sometimes. But for us, where we cast our circle of protection around us, which as witches do for in any type of like ritual, spell work, whatever we're doing, meditations, anything like that, home protections, whatever, we will also cast, you'll see in grimoires and the ceremonial works when dealing with conjurations, you'll cast the triangle for the entity you wish to summon. Okay. And the reason you do that, there's 3 points I like to explain it. So you have the triangle, right? And you have the 3 points, and you have 3 points, logically speaking, on why you cast the triangle. And I mean, and just one of them just being, again, for respect, where the circle is your space and your domain, the triangle is their space and their domain. But in the triangle and the points, like on the top point, you have the triangle being so in the witch's circle where you're in the like kind of like you're in the center of all, right? You're in a place in between places, you're in the in between. You're in a place where you can access, the vortex, the cosmos, the nothing, the hollow, whatever you like to call it, the source. Then you have the triangle, and it's the same thing. It's a place in between places. It's a place of spiritual power, and a place where things can conjure, like crossroads. Okay. Then you have That's the top point. Then over here, you have the point where it's for protection. Again, it's for protection of you, protection of them. It's their domain. You don't go in their domain. They don't go in your domain. It is a containment, just like the circle is a containment for you. So it's not, again, trying to bottle them or vessel them. And again, going back into the old ways, don't threaten them when you conjure them.
Yeah, don't be Zach Baggins.
No, we will talk about that. Not Zach Baggins. Show yourself to me. Oh shit! Don't tell me. Okay, yeah. So, and then the final point is because, well, I think also in the protection aspect, the triangle is the strongest symbol and the shape, geometrically speaking. Um, And then the final point of the triangle is it's a focal point, a place like how we have our cauldrons, how we have our candles, how we have our tools. It is another tool that we like to use, magicians, witches, whatever, as a focal point for the conjuration. So those are the points of why we use triangles in my little quick explanation.
Mm-hmm.
But I was gonna say something else, but I forgot.
Sorry, I jumped in because I thought you were getting ready to close out your talk.
Before you jumped down, it was before you jumped in. Oh, I remember now. But please, now that I remember, go ahead. Tell me what you were going to say.
Like I remember. Why do you think I interrupt so much? Because I can't remember shit.
Do you remember what you were going to say? No. All right. Yeah, you do.
I do. Okay, I had to get it back. Okay, so going into like circle casting, because I had a thought that I was thinking about something and I wrote it down, which is why I kind of spaced out again for a minute. But your mind's eye plays a big deal when it comes to focal points and stuff like that. You don't have to necessarily have physical representation. I just kind of wanted to reiterate that. It's just something like up here. And what brought me to that conclusion or that thought was thinking about the dollar bill and the triangle with the eye, the all-seeing eye, and it is a triangle on the top of a triangle. Or it's the tip of the triangle at the top of the triangle. Anyway, and it's got the eye in it, which represents sight. So, all seeing eye, you use your third eye up here instead of having physical reputations in the thing. There.
Perfect. No, I love that. And yeah, kind of just going back into like understanding that like when after there is the conjuring and stuff, don't go the old ways of threatening them or threaten to bottle in them or set them on fire till they burn it for whatever the fucking word. And I don't know.
Eternity?
Thank you. I was having a stroke.
Not the angina. We know that's not what that means, but it was a topic earlier.
Shut up. So, yeah. So again, kind of like just when you do have your offerings and state your case, see what they want, if they want anything, or if they're good with just we got, whatever the case is, make the deal, go from there. No, you don't have to kiss the devil's ass to make a contract.
No. I don't believe. Now, granted, we're talking about demons versus demons, right? Because a lot of people use, and we talked about this the other night, throw demon out for every little which way thing, and they're not demons. Your boyfriend's not possessed by a demon.
It's not a demon, guys.
It's not a demon. But like because there's a lack of translation amongst like how to express what you're talking and thinking and feeling, demon gets used interchangeably with entity or a darker spirit or whatever you want to call it. However, when you're talking about actual, now I have never worked with an actual demon, but I would assume there's a little bit more to that than just signing a contract, right? I would think. And by the way, that was a conspiracy topic, and you just mushed over it like it didn't exist.
Wait, what?
Basically the 20-year contract, blah 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 blah. That is a conspiracy topic.
That's a conspiracy topic.
It's a conspiracy topic. When you get into the 27 Club in Hollywood, or the reason why Leonardo DiCaprio can't date anybody younger than 25, blah, 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 blah.
Well, so, we know why.
We do. We do. And next time on Conspiracy Theories. We had a whole conversation about Homeboy. He's like, I don't really believe in conspiracies. I'm like, really? Not one? And then he listed off like 12.
I'm like, I don't believe in conspiracies, but did you hear this one?
Have you heard of one about the blah, 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 blah?
Which fucking aliens, let's be honest, which we proved that's not even a conspiracy. And this is just something I will say on conspiracies. People, shut up. Shut up. That was so loud. The conspiracies are just being proven right. I'm just saying. Don't look at me.
So about sacred geometry.
Oh, what about it? Talk to me. I sounded so like I know so much. I don't. But
neither do I. I just know that this is part of sacred geometry. Circles and squares, your shapes. And then, okay, so I do know some geometry is used in said trapping process. And grids, you know what I mean? Laying those out. Like, I haven't done extensive research. I've never, I want to throw this. Barely do grid work, to be honest with you. Like, my house is gridded, but that's just about it.
I will say there's, oh shit. Yeah, there's, what is it, Jason Miller, I think?
Yeah. If you guys haven't heard, which if you guys don't read, I don't know if I say if you guys don't read, and some people think I mean they don't have the ability to read, even though that's not what I say. If you don't read witchcraft books, Jason Miller has a book called Protection and Reversal Magic, a Witch's Defense Manual. And on the cover,
oh yeah, I have that.
You have this book. You recently, when I saw that, I was like, that's a good book. Because he's also a Hecate devotee, and he works with demons. But besides all that, this is a spirit trap sigil.
Mm-hmm.
Where it invokes the triangle, the circle, invokes a lot of geometric shapes to entrap spirits. I don't know if it's to send them forth as well. I think it is. I could be wrong, or it's just used to, contain a spirit. But I believe he also has, maybe not. I'm going to not say that because I don't think he does. Never mind. But that's a really good book. Yeah, Jason Miller is an awesome writer. So. Oh, okay. So this is a really good one, because let me show you a couple books. Actually, now that we're talking about books,
you've got him started. Rowan got him to the bookcase. That's all that needed to happen.
Okay, so first I will show you this book, which is. What was that noise?
That was me clearing my throat. My throat's
still. You sounded like a demon.
Good. Did it work? Are you going to do my bidding? Where's my offering?
What do you want?
You know I want.
I got you. All right. So this is a great book right here. Demons and Demonology. Did you finish this book?
No.
Oh, I can't stand you.
I'm reading it though. I am reading it.
Are you reading it?
I just got out of the forward. It was a long forward.
She's had this book. The amount of time she's had this book, I've read this whole book. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Demons and Demonology by... Yeah, okay. The Encyclopedia of Demons and Demonology by Rosemary Ellen. Yeah, I'm not even going to try it. So it is literally, as it's put, it's kind of like a dictionary, encyclopedia of everything when it comes to demons and demonology. I'm not going to say everything because that was a broad fucking word to use. But it goes into a lot of fucking demons, both the 72 spirits of Solomon and more. It It goes into incubuses, succubuses. It goes into cases about possessions and demonology relations. It goes into priests and saints and just, oh my god, a lot. It gives you who can, because when you conjure demons, there's also the opposing angels. That gives you all of that. Goodbye. So, okay, the second book I want to show you is the Gorisha, the Lesser Keys of Solomon. This is an entire list of the 72 spirits of Solomon. It gives you their sigils. It gives you some imagery of what they are said to look like. A lot of spirits are in here, including Valak from, the franchise The Nun. It gives you the secret seal of Solomon. It goes into conjurations. It goes into invocations. It goes into vanishings, I think. It goes into basically it goes into squares. It goes into triangle casting, circle casting. I just saw I passed a page that said something about a curse. So, and yeah, with every demon that is listed, it enlists who they are. So I'm going to just go into Valak because everybody knows Valak, if I can find him quickly, or any demon that people know. Here we go. Let's do this. Yeah. All right. Okay, I don't know any of these guys. I don't even know how to pronounce their names. That's my problem. That is my problem. Valak, oh my god. All right, cool. So Valak is the 62nd spirit. That's him right there. So Valak, the 62nd spirit is Valak. He is the president, mighty and great, and appeareth as a child with angel wings, riding on a two-headed dragon. His office is to give true answers of hidden treasures, and to tell where serpents may be seen. The which he will bring unto the exerciser without any force or strength, being by him employed. He governs 38 legions of spirits, and that is his seal. Right there. So I guess it does not go. I mean, I gotta actually read this book, but I'm pretty sure somewhere, or at least definitely in these grimoires, goes into the conjurations, deal makings, maybe even offerings. I'm not really sure, but yeah.
What did I miss?
You missed me going into some of the 72 spirits of Solomon. I was reading off who Valak really is. We also have like a little chart of everybody. Baal is at the top. So it's in astrological order. So, yeah. I want to see the demons for Leo. Just to. Oh yeah, like I can. Belith. Yeah, I can't pronounce these guys. I'm gonna close the book now. Great books. I suggest getting them.
I need to still get the Goeta. Goeta? Goetia. I still have to get that one. It's in my cart. I just haven't purchased it.
Or maybe it's the Goeta. I know. It's how pronounce however the fuck you want to pronounce it. I don't know.
I'm gonna type it into Google, and Google's gonna tell me how to say it.
Exactly. That's not fine. You know what you're giving me right now?
Huh?
You know what you're giving me right now?
An attitude?
Orgida.
Angina? You mean angina?
Orgida.
Angina?
Orgida.
Angina. Anywho. So, what's next?
Wow.
Did you just throw that book?
There's 3 books over there on the fucking couch now.
We're throwing books now. What's next? Burning them? Exactly.
We
don't do that.
Don't. He's a lucky man.
I love your relationship. Good, the bad, and the ugly.
So we can go into did you have anything to comment on circle or triangle casting?
I want to incorporate more of the triangle for certain works. I don't know about the square.
The square. Wait, what?
Like other forms of shape, like geometry and stuff like that. Because I'm not really, because to me, when I think of squares or shapes like that, I think of grids. Like, okay, so I'm not
like crystal grids.
Yeah, crystal grids, or like you can grid your property, your room, your house, whatever. And I don't know. I want to dive more into that in my own personal practice.
Yeah. So, because I was explaining earlier, we were talking about, a lot of people use circles for their protections, but would be a great little additive. Triangles.
Yes.
Casting a triangle around your home. Again, we're working geometrically speaking. Triangle is the strongest shape. So using that for any type of strength for spell workings, conjurations, curses, protections, stuff like that. What do you see her? What would you
Do I see? I'm laughing at Rowan's comment.
Oh, I got Prue over here trying to hop up on my lap.
Oh no, I can't see Prue. Speaking of demons. Okay, so do you want to talk about
Hey, I just read that comment.
You fucking brushed it off 2 seconds ago. You're like, man.
I just read that comment. Excuse you. Don't try to out me like that.
Well, one of those times wasn't even your fault.
See, like Lady Witch said, I've heard it pronounced both ways. Spirit don't give a damn.
Thank you. But I'm right.
Here. You are just so cute.
Oh, stop. What are you about to do?
Oh, you're my baby.
Oh, okay. You glitched for a minute.
Did I?
Yeah, that was weird. You're so sweet. Okay, so what was the next thing?
Hoodoo, witchcraft, and deals. Or no. And devious works.
Ooh. Let's go. Well, we kind of talked about deals. Or do you want to expand more on deals?
No, I said devious works.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said
I did say deals, and then I fucked up, and I was like, no, wait, devious works.
Well, my brain's stuck on deals, so devious works, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What do you consider a devious work?
What do you consider a devious work?
I asked you first, sir.
Ladies first.
Age before beauty.
Gotcha.
Fuck off. You're eons older than me, remember? You remind me at every turn.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I was around since people were in rags. We don't gotta talk on my age. That's disrespectful. Respect your elders. Respect your elders.
I respect you all the time, mostly sometimes.
Calling out my age on camera. The hell is wrong with you? I oughta you whippersnapper.
Whippersnapper.
You whippersnapper.
Okay. You old fuddy duddy.
Oh my goodness.
Grandfather time over here.
Oh, because I don't even know where Phoebe is. Where is she?
Phoebe heard about the subject matter and left the building. She's like,
they're talking about me again. She's devious. Speaking of devious. Okay, stop telling them my age, Rowan. That's not funny.
Oh, he cut about 1,000 some years off.
Justice, huh? I know. Stop. Can you stop?
Hey, I don't have to sacrifice young children at my age yet.
You know what? They're crazy, guys. Don't listen to her. Don't listen to him. These people are crazy. So anyway,
No. Okay. Go ahead. Go into. Okay. So devious work. What?
All right.
How devious are we talking? Are we talking like?
Okay, so how devious do you want it? What's the limit? What can't we like? What's the limit that we can talk about? You have to give me the limit.
I have to give you the limit.
You have to give me the limit. You want me to answer first? You got to give me the limit. You don't tell me what I can't talk about. Tell me the last thing I could talk about on the hierarchy.
Well, first of all, no, that one doesn't count either. Okay, let's just go into sacrificial work.
I'll just say it. I do have to do this, and it's nobody else's business.
I mean, he does sleep about 10 hours of the day, so it's about
Okay.
10 hours. Okay.
We are.
I gave you. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what is it? What's the limit? What's the limit?
I didn't give you a limit.
Oh yeah, I need a limit.
I just brought up a topic that could have a limit. A sacrificial work.
What's my limit? What's my limit?
We don't sacrifice humans or babies, infants, children, the young.
Unless you're trying to look this.
I was going to say, in this topic, we're not going to discuss our beauty regimens either.
Our beauty spells are different than yours beauty spells.
Yeah. We don't have the glamours over here. So, in your opinion, do some works require sacrifice?
Absolutely. Well, okay. What's your definition of sacrifice? Because absolutely. But what's your definition of sacrifice?
Exactly the definition of sacrifice. Something must be given to receive.
Absolutely. But that goes into, I feel, witchcraft, not necessarily even devious works.
Well, but you're gonna in a devious work, when you're conjuring, summoning, trying to get something to do something or finish or carry out a task, sometimes you have to give to get, like we said earlier.
He's so loud sometimes. He just.
All he did was open the damn door.
My door needs to shush.
All your doors need to be oiled.
I know. My door is the worst.
Yeah, but it's kind of creepy cool, and I love it.
I love it. It just tells you you're in a haunted place.
Right.
If you didn't already.
That's the tone.
Right. If it wasn't the things walking in front of you that aren't there, it's the door.
Right. Or things that follow you around your house.
Right. That was so funny. Like you walked off, and all I saw was like, imagine my hand is the orb. Oh,
yeah.
Like I was like, oh, there's the puppy.
Yeah, it's not a puppy though.
No.
Unfortunately.
But it could have the mentality, like not mentality, but it could be sweet like a puppy and then fierce when you need it to be. I mean, I think Tiffany is sweet as all can be.
I'm sure you do. I know better. I know better. Tiffany. Sometimes looking at Tiffany is like looking at his warriors. Like I can't. The bitch is like.
So she is not coming with me.
If you want to look, I'm not opposed to bringing her. Whether she'll be comfortable, I don't know, because I got my own things. So.
Oh no, I mean I wouldn't bring her in there. I'd leave her at the motel, and she would not be comfortable.
I don't think she'd be okay in a suitcase.
No, she wouldn't. She wouldn't be down for any of that. Car ride, sure. Airplane ride, stuffing her like she's just some old doll. No,
definitely not. Talk about turbulence. You're gonna need the jelly at that point, or Jello, whatever you want to call it.
The Jello. It's the Jello theory, and I'm right.
Yes, Rowan, I will.
He said, "Hey, leave my warriors out of this."
But sometimes, like they're very fierce. Like they throw their energy just like we do, which we haven't talked about, throwing our energy around. That's something we haven't discussed.
Talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No, well, we're not on topic again.
Well, discussion now.
This is such an ADHD chat. I'm so sorry.
They're so used to this. They have to.
They come for the topics and they stay for the bullshit. Because, like, why not? No, okay. No, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to finish this subject of sacrificing.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. So yeah, get to. Oh yeah, because I forgot that's where we were.
Damn it!
My 888.
ADD, ADHD, all the DDDs in the 88.
All the D's.
The DDD.
Yeah, you a fucking DTD bitch.
Shit, I'm not saying I'm not. I'm like the ringleader.
Oh.
You know what's funny, Lady Witch? You keep using, some of the terms of the squirrel, and then so is Rowan. And guess what? My nickname in high school, and I don't give a shit. Come at me. I don't care because I've dealt with my own inner demons.
Was the squirrel?
It was squirrel because I could not. Shoot.
Oh my god. I don't want to know what my nickname was in high school.
Well, it was my stepbrother. It was his fault. Because, like, I could not stay on. And he was just as bad as I. Like, he's still worse than I am. He can't hold a train of thought. He can't hold a train of thought. So, in certain situations, something given has to be done while the given thing is still alive. And you have to do it. There are other situations.
Say that again. I just wanted to hear.
I'm not trying to get, like, booted.
Okay. All right.
But
I heard what you said.
You heard what I said, and I said what I said.
You said what you said, and you meant what you said.
Did mean it. Sometimes you have to something and do the thing.
So, wow, yeah, we talked about that, huh? So that's the limit then, huh?
I mean, there's a limit to everything, but there's not. Okay, let's just say what it is. We follow modern day law. Okay, right? You would agree?
Yes. Yes, I would.
You hesitated so much on that.
No, I didn't. Yeah. I 100% abide by every law.
No, of course not.
I said what I said, and I meant what I said.
Bacon.
I
can sacrifice pork belly.
Oh, you guys, you scared me. I don't know what's about to come out your mouth. Absolutely, I can. Oh, I don't know if I can. I don't know what I can and can't do. Actually,
you do whatever you want to do.
I abide by the laws. That's what I
do. The blood is the life.
And the life is the spell work.
Exactly. She said it. She said it without saying it. But that's correct. That's the dirty part. Actually, that's not even the dirtiest part because we hadn't even got into the dirty part. That's in a whole nother series.
That is the good, the bad, and the smelly. Tune into that.
Right.
No, yeah. So I mean, I'm just saying, they got to do what you got to do. What you got to do for certain workings, especially now. Again, we're talking on devious works. Certain things have a higher price to pay. If you're not willing to pay that price to accomplish certain things, don't do it. It's as simple as that. You don't have to agree with anything you're not comfortable with. Sometimes, though, you got to understand, witchcraft is all about energy, right? It's all about. There's a different price to pay working a protection spell, or a career financial working, or success working, whatever the hell you're doing, whatever it is you're trying to do, versus trying to, work a baneful spell, working to manipulate one's mind, working to for whatever the case is, and just because these are devious works, ask people why they do it, and you'll see they're not devious works.
Exactly. Thank you.
One's mind, throwing curses at somebody, entrapping people, sending them insane. Whatever you're fucking doing, certain workings that hold way more power and hold way more of a manifestation than other things is going to require a bigger payment. Because that payment, what you have to understand is that payment is in a sense such essence, such life energy that's being given to these entities that they can use to manifest what you're trying to do.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So if you're trying to bind somebody, You're not going to bring a piece of chocolate cake.
Right. Right.
So you would bring something equal to.
What would you bring? What would you bring? Or a
For a,
bind
for a
specific.
binding? Trying to think of. Okay, so in the past, if I've used. Okay, all right. In the past, when I did bind someone, I used a pig heart to do the work, right? And I gave a pig heart as the offering. Now, in my head at the time, that made sense. I probably wouldn't do that again, just because I learned a lot with doing that working, because that was a very drawn out working. But like, I understand my mindset when I did it, why I did it. But like, the person I am today is different than the one that was 6 or 7 years ago.
Right.
I probably would do Rowan Chitlins. I probably would do something different and not of the same animal. I can't explain why I have changed that in my head recently, but like, it's too close to being similar to
Right.
me. Is there an echo on your end?
No.
Okay, it's just me. Um, I would probably, so say I used a heart to bind someone, or whatever. I would probably do something like a chicken. I would probably use parts of a chicken, a whole chicken, or a whole bird if I was doing something like that. So I'm gonna bind one and set the other free to fly. You know what I mean? That
Right.
makes sense to me. But like, what makes sense to me and how I do things could totally go against your grain of the way you
Oh
do
yeah,
things.
of course.
So, but that's just one example. Now, if you're using, give me an example. Give me a binding, or whatever. Give me a spell work and match an offering.
Okay. I want to bind my manager because, or no, you know what? I want to make my manager lose her job because when she got this new position, she fired me because I wouldn't be her best friend. Is that a
Okay.
justifiable reason? I don't even know.
Okay, repeat that. You got fired because you would be her best friend.
Right.
I mean, that's definitely something I would do. I don't know if it's devious. Is it
Okay.
devious? I think
Well,
it's
what
devious.
would be devious? What would be devious?
You wrote the book on devious, so I don't know why you're asking me.
All right. Well, I will bring this up because it was already just brought up down here. You can use a cow tongue with nails through it to keep someone's mouth shut about you. So I might have been doing a work-in last night that involved a certain cow tongue and some certain nails and gold pieces of glass and a whole other fucking shebang thing going on. But the reason I wasn't gonna bring that up was only because of the spirits I worked with. You know what? Let's not talk about who I worked with. Let's talk about, okay, say you're conjuring a specific spirit, right? But that's the intent, right? You want to bind someone's tongue, right? So what would you do as an offering to bind someone's tongue? Like, yeah,
Mm.
you have, the cow tongue, you do all the fucking thing, whatever. You go summon whoever you want to summon. What would be a matching offering with that?
Mm.
If they haven't, was specific about what they wanted. You said give me an intent, I'll match the offering.
Okay. Damn, I'm scared. I'm scared we're gonna get flagged, but I guess we've already said pretty much everything we're gonna get flagged for anyway. I would offer not my blood, but blood of another animal.
Uh-huh. What kind?
Well, recently it was the same blood of the same animal. And then I would say maybe chicken blood or a snake. That would have been a good one.
That would have been, let's see, that's where I was gonna go. Now we have Roman saying offer a pig's foot. That's something I was thinking, like, keep your mouth kind of covered in a sense, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But offer up a snake, dead or alive. Let's be honest. However, whatever the spirit wants, right? And do that. If you're looking to place a curse on someone, since we're already talking about it, a rat or a mouse, you know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
looking for harvest and abundance. Okay, maybe we should just get off of that topic a little bit. I'm about to go into all the animals.
That's a different series. Not a series. That's a different. Everything doesn't have to be a series. It could just be a topic.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know how we'll be allowed to do that topic.
I don't know. Yeah, that might be a little too sensitive. But what if we use flashcards? That make a difference.
For this, we use.
I don't know. Okay.
Well,
go ahead.
Did you have a topic or something to say?
No, I was going to ask you to remind me if there's something that we missed.
Okay, well, I was going to bring this up.
Okay.
There are certain. Okay, so when working with these spirits, we've constantly said, I feel like in the series, and as we should, about repetition, working with the same spirits multiple times, right?
Mm-hmm.
If there's a specific spirit, you know how they work and you like the way they work, maybe offer them up every single curse. I like that for that conversation. Sweet. Like, so say I'm gonna literally make things up. Nobody come for me. I'm making things up. Hypothetically speaking, there's an entity named Bobo. Okay, Bobo with a fucking clown. All right, but Bobo the fucking clown is like Terrifier, and he's evil as shit, right? And he unleashed his fucking insanity, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you like the way Bobo be working, promise him every single curse you ever do will be buried in a certain area for him to feed off.
I like that.
And have a specific cursing spirit. Side ho Bobo, side ho Bob.
Sideshow Bob. Sideshow Bob. It's Sideshow Bob. Sideshow, not Sideho. I mean,
Side ho Bob. Side ho.
Well, that would be a good place to do constant feedings. He would it
Right. The spirit
will be fed.
Mm-hmm.
If you now, okay, if you're working one every 10 years, I don't know how that, but if you're constantly like working,
right. So, yeah. You know. I mean, hell, I mean, shit. I mean, well, I mean, yeah, no, never mind. Because for me as a worker, it's not like I work curses every week, but it's not like, can you not? It's not like I'm only working like once a year either. You know what I mean? Bobo the clown.
Sideho Bob is the hood version.
Exactly, Lady Witch. Exactly. Oh, that was funny. You got Sideshow Bob and Sideho Bob. Which one you want? What's your offering?
I'm gonna work with Sideho. She's probably a little bit more lenient.
That's what I think too. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. We've been on here for an hour and 18 minutes.
We cannot do a short video. I do not know why.
We can't.
People out here doing 15-minute videos covering so much stuff. And we're over here just in La La Land. Just we're gonna swing this way and then we're gonna swing that way. Just hit them all.
This is what we're gonna try to talk about, but we probably won't cover it.
We're gonna touch on it and then we're gonna put a pin in it and circle back three episodes from now.
Yeah, Bray, there was something you wanted to discuss, but I forget what it was. And you didn't want to talk about it. You wanted to stay on topic.
Yeah, and it's gone.
Yeah, see what you did.
It's gone. I'm sure it'll come back.
Write everything down. I said that like 18 videos ago.
I wrote something down. You know what?
What'd you write down? Anything we can talk about? Side hoe, side hoe, off to the graveyard I go.
I like that. Nice.
That was
Nice.
it. That
Your
was
theme song. No, what I wrote down is something to discuss in private.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, all right.
Okay.
Well, all right, guys. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. This is so sad. I feel like this is the final episode of Necromancy.
Did we cover everything?
We literally covered everything: deals, agreements, contracts. Okay. Well, we can talk about how. I mean, we kind of did. Like, what? Okay, what would be one of like, I mean, do we want to give people specific curses to use?
No, because I feel like one that information they're so driving me nuts. There's plenty of information out there that if people really wanted to do something, they could do it. I mean, and then again, like you have to. I can tell you to do X, Y, Z, but it doesn't
Just
mean
because we tell you to do it, don't mean hey that's gonna work for you, or exactly who you're working with will tell you what to do.
right.
Enough said. But yeah, no, we talked about everything.
Okay, why don't you give me something?
Old ways, new ways, triangle, circle.
We didn't talk about new ways.
I was talking about more just like, well, talk about that because I was going in about how like not really with the threatening approach, but more with the like, hey, I got sovereignty. I think is the word. I could be so wrong. You know the word?
Sovereignty? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah. So not the right word.
I don't think so. I could be wrong though.
But I could no, definitely me. Ajita, let's be real.
I think what you're trying to say is yeah. What?
That word, right? You got it. You can see it. You can't say it. Whatever. So you have your own power. They have their own power, but it's all about respect, authority, not authority, but yeah. And instead, and again, if you're gonna be conjuring something that's not there, I mean, honestly, even if you're going to places where they already are, still bring like you're going to someone's house. You bring a glass. You bring a bottle of wine. You bring some fucking lasagna. Whatever pie. Bring if you come into my house, bring chocolate cream pie. Somebody who's fucking and a blunt or two, and you welcome. You welcome. What the fuck? Like I'm just saying, I would be one of the most easiest spirits to work with because I'm easy. Stop. I heard what I heard what I said when I said it. Anyway, mind your business, you perverts. Um, and then just go from there and seek what they want, not what you want. I mean, yes, you'll announce what you want and on your terms. But if it's only your way or the highway, then bitch, it's the highway because nobody's fucking with you like that. No agreement should be like that. It's 50-50. There's that in my difference, in my personal opinion, the difference with the old ways and the new ways is in the old ways, a lot of people were very cocky and prideful. Where now I feel like you got to be humble and be respectful. It's not like you can have what you want if they can have what they want, and you have to either compromise and get a good middle ground, or you just don't make the deal at all. Mm-hmm. But you still give offerings, you show respect, and you don't threaten or force or command or nothing like that. Imagine somebody came up to you and was like, bitch, I'm gonna give you a fucking job, do it. That's disrespectful.
Right. And I think things are a lot less now. I'm not saying things cannot be brutal in the modern world of witchcraft. Of course they can. A lot, but it depends on your level, or it depends on what you consider to be brutal. Now, back in the day, things were very brutal, very gruesome. There were no ifs given about how it was going to get accomplished. It just simply was. And now people are a little bit more mindful of their surroundings, their environment, the cultures. We're just more aware. Back in the day, it was very small. They're little. And if you had to drag a sheep from your neighbor's herd and slice it open on their front lawn, then that's what you did.
Damn.
real dramatic, and I didn't mean to.
Damn, no, that really was. Like, you just took that. We were going somewhere so, like, gentle and then slaughter a fucking lamb on your neighbor's yard. Like, oh.
That might have been a past life coming up.
Triggered.
Triggered.
What you gotta do? Shit.
I mean,
How awful is your neighbor?
Pretty bad, apparently.
Apparently.
So I didn't give two shits about his sheep.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, what?
See, that's why practicing in the 1900s was better.
Okay, I'm gonna put that there because facts. I hate cameras. Because no facts, witches being sneaky and crafty and everything. Yo, people are gonna be questioning why at 8:32 p.m. I saw you blow some type of dust into the doorway. Huh? Officer White? I don't know what you're talking about.
That wasn't me. That was Patricia again. She got out.
That was my twin. He just ran off to New Mexico. Go get him.
Right. Exactly. Okay. Right. So we're going to end on slaughtering lambs and cameras.
We are law-abiding citizens. Okay, so have a great night, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Necromancy. This was a wonderful series. Did you have a great time?
I did. It was very interesting, very non-demure.
Very demonic, right?
Very demonic.
Very demonic. I loved it. But this was awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in to Necromancy. This was a great series. And we will surely meet again in the next series soon.
Yes, we will.
So have a great night, guys.
Goodbye.